Actually, it's the National English Adaptive Test that we developed in Uruguay. And actually, this test is the result of a necessity and a constellation of innovation that made it possible. What was the necessity in the first place? It was actually that Uruguay have a long tradition of universal education of English from 7th to 12th grade or in high school, but we were not in the past able in primary school to develop English for everyone. And in that case, one of the innovation actually was given that started Plan Ceibal, that gave one computer and connection to every student, that allows us to fill up the gap of one major constraint that we have in primary school. And actually, Uruguay developed a very important program of remote learning of English that was able to fill in the gap of in primary school of teaching English. That's one of the issues of the innovation. The second one was that because of Plan Ceibal, we were able to mount assessment in an online platform so that we can give results to students in real time. That burst the possibility of develop an online assessment platform. That actually what we did is that build an algorithm so that the test is not fixed. And actually, the adaptive test that we developed, we started with items provided in that time by the British Council, that we pilot them, and we built a continuum of items from from 4th to 6th grade, and then we expanded that bank item up to 9th grade. And the neat part of this test is that it allows, with the same scale, to follow the trajectory of every kid in the cognitive aspect that we were assessing. Actually, we start thinking of this way of assessing for science, math, and Spanish, but then became English and said, hey, we have these items to develop, and given the heterogeneity of the population that we wanted to assess, adaptive tests came to our rescue in the sense of being the right way of assessing heterogeneity of population. Why is that? Because the algorithm actually takes into account every answer of the student and then goes to the bank of items and select the more informative item to ask to the student, and that until it knows the level of ability of that student, and then it stops. This approach allows us to see how much English a student gained in 4th grade, in 5th grade, and 6th grade, and how much gaining through grades the student had. This is very another feature of this thing is that it gives a score to every student and every class and every jurisdiction within the country. It's elective in the sense that it's not a mandatory test. It's something that complements the qualification that teachers do to the student, but have this important feature that it's an independent assessment of what the teaching have been throughout the year. And that informs not only the teacher, but also policy. In our case, it was very important to see different programs of English and how they fare, in the sense that since we aligned the test with the help of Cruella, that gave a revision of the NEET, the National English Adaptive Test, so that the alignment to the common European reference framework was well aligned. And that was very important because it enabled us to see what happened with in-person training, in remote training, and different programs that they were held in Uruguay throughout this period. Another thing that we saw given this test is that we have problems that the amount of English that students gain through primary school kind of flatten when they go to high school. And that's something that we have to look deeper to see what is going on regarding what's going in high school education in English. And third, and I would say that it was very important, is this idea of having an assessment that complement what the teachers see in the classroom, but it's independent and it's so actually Uruguay is like an example of taking advantage of an innovation, a technological innovation of Plan Ceibao, taking profit of what it enables to do. And actually in English, we were able to set an adaptive English test that was able to test through 4th to 9th grade. And we were able to see how much English the student gained throughout their passage through the educational system.